Hello everyone. So today's math lesson, we are going to be working on breaking apart a word problem. We're going to do one together and then you will have one to do on your own. I will go ahead and tell you that this word problem has multiple steps. And so we're really going to have to look at it and kind of break it apart and see how we're going to solve it. So on the screen, I have our word problem. We'll read it together. Hector spent $40.15 for 2 DVDs that cost the same amount. The sales tax on his purchase was $2.55. How much did each DVD cost? So the first thing that I like to do when we are solving or looking at a word problem is break it apart into the different steps. So first thing I'm going to do is ask, what does that word problem want us to find? The cost of each DVD. The cost of each DVD. Okay? And then it tells us two things. It tells us how much Hector spent in all or total, and then it tells us how much the sales tax was, and that's already included in how much he spent. So, how much does it tell us that Hector spent? $40.15. And how much does it tell us in that word problem that the sales tax was on his purchase? $2.55. So I have written out everything that I know about this word problem. That's going to help us when we're solving it so that we already have written out what we are looking at and what we need to know and the information that we have. So the first thing that you need to know, if you're unsure about what sales tax is, it is a cost or a tax added on to the cost of what you are purchasing. So if I purchase a candy bar for $1 and my sales tax is 90 cents, then I will have spent $1.90, right? The candy bar didn't cost $1.90. The candy bar only cost $1. But because of sales tax, I had to pay $1.90. So they tell us the total amount that Hector spent, but some of the money he spent was sales tax. It was not the actual cost of the DVD. So that's the first thing that we need to remember. So if we think about this word problem, it tells us that the 2 DVDs plus the sales tax equals the total amount of money that Hector spent. So let's fill in these blanks with the dollar amounts that we have. Do we know how much the 2 DVDs cost? No, that's what we're trying to find, right? So I'm going to put a question mark right here because I'm not sure how much those 2 DVDs cost. How much was the sales tax? $2.55. And how much did Hector spend total? $40.15. So we know that we're trying to figure out how much these 2 DVDs cost, but it wants to say how much did each cost. So we're going to have to tell them how much one cost, right? Because each one costs a certain amount, and together they cost what we're trying to find. Okay, so how do you think we are going to find how much those DVDs cost? What is our first thing that we're going to have to do? Because remember, sales tax is included in this total, but it's not included in the cost of the DVDs. That's right, guys. We need to take the total and subtract the sales tax because he paid for sales tax, but it is not included in the cost of the DVDs. So let's set that up. We're going to have $40.15, and we need to take away $2.55. Remember, when you are adding and subtracting decimals, you've got to stack those decimals one on top of each other. So this is how we should set it up. We start on the far right side when we are adding and subtracting. So 5 minus 5 is what? 0. If I have 1, can I take away 5? No, so I need to regroup, right? So I can't take away from 0 either, so I'm actually going to have to come all the way to that 4, right? So the 4 is going to become a 3. My 0 is going to become a 9. My 1 is going to become an 11. Okay, what is 11 minus 5? 6. What do I have to do with that decimal? Bring it straight down. 9 minus 2. 7. And 3 minus nothing is just 3. So our answer is $37.60. What does that tell us? That tells us how much 2 DVDs cost. But if we look back over here, we're trying to figure out how much 1 DVD cost. So what do we need to do with this number? This is the cost for 2 DVDs and we only need 1. We need to divide it by 2, right? We need to split that number in half. So we are actually going to set up a division problem, and we're going to have $37.60 divided by 2, because we only need the cost of 1 DVD, and this is giving us the cost of both DVDs. What is my first step when I'm dividing a decimal? I don't have a decimal in my divisor, so I shoot that decimal to the roof. And then I say 3 divided by 2. So if I have 3, how many groups of 2 can I make? Just 1. 1 times 2 is 2, so I subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1, and I bring down my 7. If I have 17, how many groups of 2 can I make? 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 7 minus 6 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. I bring down my 6. I think we just figured out how many times 2 would go into 16, didn't we? 8 times. 8 times 2 is 16. I subtract and get 0. Bring down my 0. If I have 0, can I make a group of 2? No. So no groups. 0 times 2 is 0. I subtract and have no remainder. So I found out that each DVD costs $18.80. Let's look back at our word problem and make sure that's all we needed to do. So we know how much Hector spent for both DVDs, including the sales tax. Well, we found out how much he spent on both DVDs without the sales tax by taking that total cost and subtracting the sales tax. And then it says how much did each DVD cost. So it doesn't want to know the total for 2 DVDs. It wanted to know just 1 DVD cost. And we found that, right? So we're done. So if I were writing this on a test and it wanted it in a sentence form, I would say Hector spent $18.80 on each DVD. You could also say each DVD cost $18.80. Either of those would be perfect for a sentence as your answer because you're reframing the question and giving me your answer. But those were multiple steps that we had to take to get to that answer. But do you see how writing out that information that the word problem gives you can help you know what the word problem tells you and what information you need? Some word problems will give you extra information that you don't need. And when you write it out like this and say, what do I need to find and what information do I have? It can help you break down that word problem and solve it on your own. So you have one word problem that you are going to try to solve on your own right below this video. If you have any questions, please let me know and make sure that you write down your steps as you go so that you know what you need to do and what you're trying to find. I hope that you have a great day and I will see you later.